welcome back to the channel. This is the Action Figure Grader, and I have my what to buy on eBay video for today. I'm recording this a little earlier than I'd like. I'm a little under the weather, trying to keep my cough down for making this video, and the rest of the week sucks. I've got so much going on. But as usual, same story as always. Every Friday, I've got items that either at auction or in buy it now situations that are on eBay right now. Comic books, one vintage collection item, and then vintage Kenner items. And this week I've got a ton of really nice things. And in the video description, there are eBay affiliate links to everything I'm going to mention in case you want to use those links to put in a low bid and then go after it for real later. And if you end up winning it, it does help out the channel. And thank you very much from the bottom of my heart to those of you that do that. It really does help keep the channel going. And I've just got a really nice batch of items. First, I need to say thank you to a new Patreon, Jonathan Brown. Thank you so much for becoming a Patreon supporter. It means a lot that all of my Patreons help keep this channel going. Patreon.com/actionfiguregrader is where you can go to sign up. All right, we're going to start off with a few heaters. We've got an AFA 8.5 N1 Starfighter. So mint and seal box, AFA graded. It's listed for $400. I did receive an offer for $375, so $25 off. That's not a bad deal for a near mint condition mint and seal box. I mean, just the gradings, shipping to and from AFA, not making a lot of money on that. And that's a pretty nice looking box. Box art's excellent. And again, it's AFA 8.5 on the modern scale. And if you haven't gotten the offer yet, or maybe there's a, make an offer situation, but $375 is what I received as an offer for the AFA graded N1 Starfighter. Treasures from the Attic, who is a UK-based seller. I don't know this seller personally, but I have bought from this seller. And they always have really nice high-grade foreign variants. And the first one is a UKG 85% Spanish Pak Hoth Rebel Commander with the black boots. So this is one of the more desirable variants for the Spanish figures. Graded 85%, paint's 80%, but this one's actually in better condition than mine. That's a UKG 85%. Mine's got some paint overspray on that waffle pattern on the back of the calf. So this one looks a lot cleaner and definitely deserving of the 85 grade, in my opinion. And it's listed for 350 pounds, which is $442 US. There's 7 watchers on it. And I paid that amount or more for mine in an auction. So I think this one's very fairly priced. Brand new K-style, beautiful figure. This is another one he's got. This is the Spanish Pak Gray Head Yoda, graded UKG 80%. You can see some spots on the hands there, hence the 80 grade. I did confirm that all the accessories and snake and cane and all that are correct for these Spanish figures. From a Yoda expert. And he had a UKG 85% also for this exact same figure. He took it off the market, so I assume he sold it away from eBay. But the UKG 80% is still available and a lot cheaper at 375 pounds. I received an offer for 350 pounds. And believe me, it's very tempting to go ahead and hit accept on this one. This is a very tough to find variant for the gray head Spanish Pak Yoda. And it's not as high as graded as the 85 that the seller had, but it was also like 200 pounds higher or something like that. So this is a really nice example. Very tough to find that one with all the correct accessories. Next up is another Spanish Pak. This is the Pale Hands Spanish Pak Ugnaught, graded UKG 80%. And that one's listed for 375 pounds, which is $474 US plus shipping. But that's a really tough to find Spanish figure as well. I've always found that figure to be very tough to find. And usually on Facebook and like the Echo-based Vintage Variants group, they usually go for not much less than this ungraded. And like some of these big Spanish sellers like Sergio Sierra or Javier Rui Lopez, they usually will list this figure for around 300 to 325 pounds. So this one's really not overpriced at all, in my opinion, for a one that's already graded, and it's absolutely the correct variant on that one. So beautiful Pale Hands Spanish Pak. We've got another Spanish figure. This is in an ESB-H baggie, I believe, for Snaggletooth, and this is a Spanish figure. You can see the very dark gray paint apps. That is a Spanish variant. There are two different kind of paint apps for the Spanish PvP red snags. This is the darker gray paint apps, as you can see by his head and hands and legs, or feet there. So very tough to find this one just loose, but this one's still sealed in the ESBH baggie, listed for 150 pounds, which is 190 US dollars. Next up is a 65 back Return of the Jedi Han Solo. It's ungraded, but it is at auction. The current bid is 80 pounds. This one ends Sunday afternoon at 3:20 Eastern time. Pretty nice example. One little ripple on the top of the blister there. I think it pretty much easily gets the 80 grade overall, but that is the correct blister. This is not a Toy Tony. Maybe some light yellowing to the blister as well, but very nice high grade example for the 65 back Han Solo Hoth. If you're into the US cards instead, here this seller's got both Han Hoth as well as Luke Hoth on the 48 back C. And this one's ungraded but in very good shape, should grade about an 80. This one's at 166.50. Now, this seller's two items end very quickly after this video will go live. They end at 7:34 Eastern time on Friday night. So just be aware of that if you're watching this video afterwards. They both end Friday night. But he's got the 48C Han Solo Hoth as well as the Luke Skywalker in his Hoth battle gear on the same card back with a Sears price sticker, and it's partially unpunched. Both of those are in very good shape and should grade very well. That one's already at $385, and again, that one also ends Friday evening. Next up is a 77 back A Boba Fett mint on card with the desert scene image. This is a punched example with a Kellogg price sticker, very lightly yellowed, so I expect this one to sell. The starting bid is at $1,000. There's already a ton of watchers on it already. I expect it to go for probably $1,300 to $1,500, somewhere in that ballpark. It's not perfect, okay? It probably max grades about a 75, just based on the card condition. But still, it's got a low starting bid, and it ends Sunday evening at 8:54 Eastern time. Some comic books before we dig back into some other vintage gems. The first one is The Phantom Menace #3. This is the first cover appearance of Darth Maul, the harder to find or the more desirable of the two cover variants with the close-up painted cover. It's listed for $140. It's a seller I bought from before. Beautiful book. Next up is Sparkle City Comics is the seller, another seller I bought from. This is Batman #404. This is the year one storyline beginning, and little known fact, this is also the first modern comic book appearance of Catwoman. So it's got a really great cover that shows Bruce Wayne with his two dead parents. I've got this book in my own collection in a direct edition. It's at auction. It's only at $33 right now. It ends Sunday evening. I expect it to sell for between $200 and $225, but that's a really nice key issue Copper Age book. Another big book is the newsstand edition of G.I. Joe #1 in a 9.8 with white pages. This one is also at auction. It's already at $800. This one ends Sunday evening at 6:45 Eastern time. Very tough to find this one in a newsstand, but first appearance of pretty much every major character: Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Cobra Commander, Baroness, and just an awesome, awesome cover from Larry Hama. I've got it in a direct edition. I would love to bid on this, believe me. I'm expecting this one to sell. I don't know. I haven't looked at the Go Collect prices lately, but it has come down in price. Now's not a bad time to pick this one up. I want to say it's going to end around $1,200 to $1,300. Maybe it goes slightly above that. Who knows? But very tough to find newsstand. Next up, some loose graded AFA 85 Plus Imperial Commander. This is a standard Hong Kong at auction from a seller that I see all the time. All of his items, he's got others, I didn't include all of them, but all of his loose graded gems end Sunday evening. So he's got an AFA 85 Plus Imperial Commander, an AFA 85 China COO Stormtrooper. That one's already at $185.50. And he also has some others that I did not include in this video, but go check out seller's other items in the top right hand corner to check out the other loose graded gems he's got at auction that all end Sunday evening. Next up, this seller has a number of last 17 figures. Again, I did not include all of his items that are at auction, just some of the highlights, but go check out the other items. This is an AFA 85 Plus EV99, very high grade. All of these items in Saturday evening. He has an AFA 85 General Lando Calrissian, an AFA 85 a Monomon. So it's got a bunch of others, but those are the ones I wanted to highlight because they all have brand new case styles, all of them 85s or 85 pluses. Next up, Collectible Investment Brokerage. I try not to focus on all of their items, but they do have a number of incredible items that are at auction that all end Sunday evening around 8 p.m. Eastern time. And let me tell you, I just included some of the highlights, but there are a number of other really nice gems. So go check out the other items. This is the special offer land speeder. This includes the baggies for C-3PO and R2-D2. This is qualified graded 80, meaning that it's open but unused contents. This is a very tough to find variant for the land speeder. Very, very rare. It's got the LP long play logo, but it's got that special offer sticker because the baggies are included as part of this land speeder. So very, very tough to find. It's already at $1,000. I expect it to go for double that price. $1,800 to $2,000 is my guess. It could go higher. I don't know. But that is a very tough to find land speeder. He's got some loose, they have some loose graded 12-inch figures. I just included the highlights again, but there's an AFA 80 loose graded 12-inch Darth Vader. That's at $52. And then they also have an AFA 80 Jawa 12-inch figure that's $78 right now. Both of those should jump. They also do have some others. I think the Stormtrooper in a 75-ish grade, a Han Solo in a 75-ish grade. So just go check out their other loose graded 12-inch figures. But here are the big ones. Wow. We've got a Power of the Force Yoda mint on card, graded AFA 80 plus, archival case. 80, 85, 80 are the sub-scores. This is a very tough character to find on the Power of the Force card back. Punched example with a price sticker. It's already at $15.59. It ends again Sunday at 7:30 Eastern time. That is a gem. I don't know what it's going to go for. If I had just a round guess, $2,500. That's a round number guess for me. And the last one is easily the best in this auction. This is a mint on card Argentinian Top Toys Yoda. Let me tell you, this is a very tough to find character and figure complete. Loose. I mean, just loose, they can go for a ton of money. This is mint on card. It's only graded AFA 50. So you can see there, 75, 40, 70. So the blister obviously has a lot of issues with it. But I spoke with a Yoda expert. He said that a mint on card example ungraded in pretty similar condition sold for around $4,000 to $5,000 on Facebook a few months ago. He has no idea what it's going to go for, but he thinks that $4,000 to $5,000 is the floor for this item. I think it's going to go for more than that, but it's only at $620 now. I fully expect, even though it's an AFA 50, I fully expect this number to jump big time at the end. If you can get it for anywhere below $4,000, do it if you've got the money, because this is the first time I've ever seen a mint on card Top Toys Argentinian version of Yoda. It's a very distinct character, factory made, it's made in the Argentinian Top Toys factory, along with Chief Chirpa, Logray, and Luke Jedi, and those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head, along with the Stormtrooper and Darth Vader. I think that's all of them. Don't quote me on that, though. But it's a very, very tough item. This is a Holy Grail type of item, and congrats whoever gets that one. But please, if you don't mind, please use those affiliate links in the video description to place some low bids and then go after it later. And it really does help out the channel. And I appreciate, again, those of you that choose to do that, as it really means a lot to me. Thank you as always for watching. Good luck this weekend on these awesome auctions, and I'll be back soon.